It's just two videos that I want to show y'all. Then I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Then I'm gonna break it all the way down for y'all, right? Because we know, everybody know, right, that Chief was maliciously prosecuted. That God was maliciously prosecuted and metaphorically crucified in the DeKalb County Courthouse. What, last year, March 1st? It's been a year and what, some change, right? It's been a year, some change. So y'all thought that it was over with. Y'all thought it was over with. Y'all thought it was over with. But watch how mama work. I'm about to put up these two videos on YouTube for y'all. Watch this shit. And they short videos. They short videos. But I gotta show you. Where it's at. Where it's at. Where it's at. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all shit alive. Tell the haters to come on through. Tell the Nature Boy haters to come through. Tell the people that don't believe in God to come through. I got something special for y'all. Y'all thought this shit was over. Where it's at? What that nigga say? He said this one for them niggas and bitches that thought it was over. I just landed in a Rover. This one for them niggas and bitches that thought it was over. I just landed in a Rover. 3 just landed back, nigga. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about, man? This for them niggas and bitches that thought it was over. I just landed in a Rover. Oh, y'all.
Now, a Superior Court judge in DeKalb County is giving in to calls for her to step down from her role on the investigative panel of the Judicial Qualifications Commission. Superior Court judge in DeKalb County is giving in to calls for her to step down from her role on the investigative panel of the Judicial Qualifications Commission. Now, these demands were made over Judge Stacey Hydrick's now deleted social media post about Gaza and the remains of an Israeli mother and her 2 sons. This week, the Council on American Islamic Relations of Georgia, or CAIR, condemned her post, saying her remarks. Superior Court judge in DeKalb County is giving in to calls for her to step down from her role on the investigative panel of the Judicial Qualifications Commission.
First. Look how karma come back, man. I want you to know that you don't get away with a thing. Nobody get away with nothing. I want to let y'all know that the Eligio Bishop is God. He is the dreamer. He is the source of our reality, of our whole existence. Nigga, you live inside of God's mind. Nobody gets away with nothing. Not a judge, not a witness. Nobody get away with nothing because you're being recorded. You feel me? That God don't gotta, you feel me? Nobody has to do nothing to you. The universe gonna take care of you. Watch this shit. Listen to it. Developing story.
A Superior Court judge in DeKalb County is giving in to calls for her to step down from her role on the investigative panel of the Judicial Qualifications Commission. Now, these demands were made over Judge Stacey Hydrick's now deleted social media post about Gaza and the remains of an Israeli mother and her 2 sons. This week, the Council on American Islamic Relations of Georgia, or CAIR, condemned her post, saying her remarks demonstrate a clear bias against Palestinians and Muslims. The organization welcomed Hydrick's resignation, saying in part, quote, all those who administer justice in our state should avoid the perception that their biased views may impact their.
Yeah. Now, y'all see that video. A quick 40-second video showing y'all how the judge fucked up. The judge made a hiccup.
Allah Akbar.
Hold on. The judge made a hiccup, but it wasn't no hiccup. It was the universe doing this shit, my nigga. Y'all thought that y'all was trying to expose Chief. Y'all was trying to expose God for some shit that he didn't do. No, my nigga, this is what you call exposure, nigga. This is what you call divine exposure, cosmic exposure. What you put out into the universe, you got to get back. Nobody gets away with it, right? Now, everybody saw that she was prejudiced and she was biased in her determination and her conviction with Chief, right? With God, who she didn't know was God. Now, her heart is coming back out. Who she is in her heart is coming out, right? The universe is making sure we know who this lady is. The universe is making sure that y'all know who the people voted to be the head of what the Judicial Qualification Committee of DeKalb County, in charge of all of that shit. This is
so that means he's about to get a pardon now.
And the universe want to show y'all who this lady is, right? So guess what? Out of the mouth comes the heart. out of the mouth comes the heart. She got herself caught up on Facebook, on social media, making a post. It was a racist statement that she made about a
Allah
Palestinian
Akbar.
woman, about a Palestinian woman and her children. The statement that she made was that there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. Now let's make this clear. Why is this important that we understand this and that we know this and that everybody take note of this? Why is this important? It's important due to the fact that it's inhumane, right? If you're supposed to be a judge and supposed to be promoting balance and justice and equality within the system, why are you belittling and throwing racial slurs to other human beings, right? What happened was she was challenged, bro. She got challenged by an attorney that actually has been in front of her in the courtroom multiple times, that known her for multiple years. It was a Palestinian Christian attorney. He's actually Arab. Palestinians, they in the Middle East. Palestine is in the Middle East. So you're going to see a lot of Arabs or brown people there, melanated brown people there. So what she said was against brown people. We're not going to put a race on her. In Babylon, they talk about racism. They brought up the fact that it was racism. It was racist what she said. The statement was racist. But we know that truly that there's only one race, which is the human race. But we got to break down the illusion. Within this illusion, you can't do that. You got to be humane. You've been put in a position of power and authority to take care of people and uphold the law. You can't be racist and grouping people and putting people together in certain groups. And you feel me? Not seeing them as humans, just doing away with them. And that's what she did. That's what she did. The importance of that statement is the simple fact that she's biased, she's prejudiced in her ways, in her job. It's her duty to uphold the laws. It is her duty to uphold the laws, y'all. Look, what she did was she put a post on Facebook. And remember, she took this bitch down because she knew that she was dead wrong. She took it down, but the universe caught it. So she put the post up, and I wrote it down. I don't want to give y'all no misinformation. She put a racist remark up, right, about Gazians. The statement was there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. But you got to remember, Gaza, or the region Gaza, or Gazians, which are the people of Gaza, they're part of Palestine, which is the Middle East. So if you're talking about people of Gaza, then you're talking about all people of Palestine. You're talking about all Arabs of that region. You're not just talking about a specific group. So with that being said, she ultimately was racist to the Middle East. But the Middle East people are brown and black people. You got to understand this. They're brown and black people. They're not Arabs or none of that shit. No. So that statement that she made, you got to understand that language or that phrase has been used in genocide times. When the Jews was getting persecuted through genocide, that was the phrase in the statement that was being used by the genocidal regime, nigga, by the regime that was destroying all the Jews. They was making statements like, nah, none of those civilians are innocent. None of them. Exactly. This is inhumane. And that's what we got to look at. The genocidal regime used that same language and terminology that this judge used. We can't overlook that. So, like I said, she was challenged. And this is another important part. She was challenged by an attorney that she knows personally. And this attorney is a Palestinian Christian. He lives in the United States of America. He's Arab. Now watch this. He called her out on her remarks. Y'all want to know what she said to him? She said to him, you are a supporter of Hamas. If y'all don't know what Hamas is an Islamic organization in Palestine, nigga. It's the largest military base in Palestine, nigga. The United States of America, look at them as terrorists. So when she told the attorney from the United States of America that was an Arab Christian that he was a supporter of Hamas, my fault, Hamas, and that she actually got footage of him saying that he was a supporter of Islamic organizations. This attorney denied that and said, I never had no such inclusion with Hamas. I don't know nothing, nigga. I'm a Christian. I'm a Palestine Christian. I'm an Arab from the United States of America. I'm a Christian. This is what he's saying. So what we got to look at is that the judge basically said, nigga, if you're Arab, it don't matter where you're located. It don't matter what religion you say you got. If you're Arab, you're a terrorist. If you're from Palestine or Palestine descent, you're a terrorist. And this is what the judge is basically saying. This is unjust. This is bias. This is prejudice. This is not just. You feel what I'm saying? So, along with that, that statement that she made actually contradicts the laws that has been made inside of the United States of America. It's laws that govern against what she said. What she said was that, look, man, ain't nobody in Gaza innocent. Nobody in Gaza innocent. They all guilty by association type shit, right? Watch this. In the United States of America, the attorney even pointed out these two case laws. These two case laws are defense mechanisms in the United States against guilty by association, against guilty by being present, guilty by being involved and present with the person that committed the crime. What she said goes against these two case laws. The first case law is that it was in Georgia. It was in Georgia. Let me see. Hold on. I want to give y'all the correct information. It was in Georgia. Abel versus the state. And the case law states that mere presence at the scene of and I want y'all to remember these two words, presence and association. Mere presence at the scene of a crime, even when coupled with knowledge and approval, but not amounting to an accused directly committing the crime or intentionally helping in the commission of the crime. It is not sufficient to show that an accused is a party to a crime. It's simply saying that, nigga, I don't care if you was present at the crime with the person that committed it. It's not enough evidence to see you as guilty just by you being present with that person. Another case law, it was Wood versus the state. This one says association. Regarding the mere association or involvement of a person with another person who commits a crime, Georgia case law stipulates that such association alone does not authorize a jury to convict. For instance, you can't convict nobody. So what she's saying goes against the laws that she's supposed to be standing on. She made all of the Palestinian and Ghazian people guilty by association with each other, with what she presumes and sees as terrorists, Arabs. This who the people then voted into the Judicial Committee to be an overseer and have oversight over the people that are trying to qualify to be on a jury, my nigga. So think about that. If she's making racial slurs and racial statements against human beings, that shows her lack of impartiality, right? Impartiality means your ability to be just or not just, right? It's your ability it's your ability to be fair and just and unbiased. She was showing a lack of impartiality because she was being prejudiced. That can't be held up in the court. Can't go along in the system. That's why she decided to step down, because she knew what she did was wrong. But deeper than that, man. You feel me? Oh, before I go there, another thing that the attorney had pointed out who challenged her, this is one of the main things that has to be pointed out and that people has to be notified about. Y'all got to take notice of this. Let's say, imagine that somebody tried to make a complaint, right, in DeKalb County. Imagine somebody tried to make a complaint to overturn a case or a conviction or something. That complaint will go directly to her.
Come on,
She
brother.
is the overseer and the judicial qualification committee's leader or board leader of DeKalb County. So any complaint that go through gotta go through her, bro. You think that she about to let your complaint go through and you about to get that shit handled? No, because she's prejudiced. She's biased. She just shows you that in her heart, she sees separation. She sees division. She's with the annihilation of a whole society, of a whole group of people. She's with that. And remember, Arabs are brown people, my nigga. They're melanated people. Chief is a black man. He's a brown black man. What y'all think going on? This shit can't stand, y'all. This will not stand, y'all. And we gotta pay attention to shit like this. We're voting and we're electing people to go into office that's treating us like this. And as you see, it was an attorney that she knew personally that challenged her. This just goes to show you that the system is falling. The government is falling inside out. They're crumbling inside out. The lies they're crumbling. They tried to hide the truth. They tried to silence God by putting Chief in isolation. Nigga, you can't silence the truth. You can't silence the truth. You can't. And this is a divine example of that. It's cosmic exposure. And she's being exposed for the lack of impartiality that she has when it comes to her job, when it comes to her duty to uphold justice with the United States American people. You see what I'm saying? On top of that, she violated Chief's 6th Amendment, his 14th Amendment. The 6th Amendment is the right to fair trial.
Yes.
I think it's the right to fair trial. And the 14th Amendment is the right to due process. Now, let me remind you, Chief got convicted maliciously and wrongfully March 1st of 2024. My nigga, what's today? It's April 9th, 2025. Yep. It's been 13 months, 14 months since those transcripts were supposed to be released. It's supposed to take 30 to 90 days for those transcripts to be released. For those transcripts to be released so that, first off, so that the public has access to this information, so that they're protected, so that the defendant is protected and have equitable rights. Also, so that when Chief do get out, he can prepare himself to have a rebuttal against the conviction that they gave him. He can overturn that conviction through preparing for that. But without the transcripts, he can't precisely do that or properly do that. So what's going on is that since the transcripts are being held a year from the conviction, from the trial date, we see that there's judicial misconduct. We see that there's something illegal going on that they're holding on to, whether it be testimonies, whether it be paperwork that was filed, something unjust is going on. And they're trying to hide it. But guess what? The universe not allowing them to hide it because the mama just put this in the public, nigga. In the public. Mama just put this publicly. This is public record. But y'all don't want to put them transcripts on public file? Well, let's make it publicly accessible for the world to see that you're a racist.
Facts.
That you're an inhumane 100%. Human being, that you're an impartial judge, and you don't seek justice and balance and harmony within the system that you say that you stand for.
That's
this
so
what we going through in the system, dog. Understand that this is COINTELPRO in modern day, my nigga. She trying to stop black and brown people. You can't stop God's people. We are God's people. African Americans, Caribbeans, Brazilians, people of brown descent. We are God's children. You can't stop us. You can't stop us. You can silence it for a second, but the truth will remain. It will rise all the time. Y'all can't silence our melanin. Melanin is the universe, nigga. We got melanin in our skin and inside of our brains and nervous system. Our bodies are in constant communication with the universe. How a judge gonna stop us? A less melanated white lady gonna stop God? Her arms too short to box with God, reflection. And we gotta know this and understand this. Understand that what's happening to Chief as one of us. If you hating, this same shit happening to you too. and you're being the devil.
Facts.
See how the devil move? The devil hide, the devil move in secret. The devil move in finesse, moving biasness and prejudice. But guess what? What's in the dark gotta come in light. God made sure, Chief doing all this shit in the spiritual realm, my nigga. Chief doing all this, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. Because this is an unraveling. You can't kill God. You can't lock up God. You can't crucify God because we're in God's dream. For you to do any of that will be for you to harm and extinguish yourself. Pyramid. No other way around it. So it's either you're going to get down and lay down because God is here, my nigga. The Eligio Bishop will rise. He is out. Theory is free. We've been telling you all this. But now it's coming closer and closer. Now it's more and more shit coming up that's making you believe that it can happen. We already believe. We never accepted the idea that he was in jail. We already believe. But now you're about to start being a believer. Y'all about to start being believers. Now it's going to look magical and miraculous how he get out in the blink of an eye. So the question is this a situation of recusal or revelation? Recusal is us going to the court system and asking the judge to withdraw her conviction and withdraw her decision. But if we go and do that, that's like filing an appeal. That's like saying that we're playing a game and that something did happen and we want to play the game and we want you to give us our freedom. Fuck that, nigga. This is a revelation. The truth is being revealed, nigga. God is being revealed. That's it. We don't have to ask for nothing. If the paperwork getting overturned, if she got charged and she was convicted wrongfully for her having COVID and that conviction had to get overturned, she died. Whatever the case may be, the universe is doing all this. Mama Lucia is doing all this to set Chief free, my nigga. Pyramid. This how it work, y'all. This how God work. This how the universe work. But you got to see the spirit realm. You got to be able to see the energy behind all this shit. You got to be able to see beyond the judicial system. That's all a game. That's all an illusion. Life without parole with a 10-year consecutive bid after that. So you saying you want me to die, then come back and do 10 years for something that I didn't do, that y'all didn't have tangible evidence, no proof of no grape, none of that, nigga. The alleged victim said that she made those sex tapes with Chief for sexual education videos. She never said that she was held against her will. So what are we talking about? What are we in court? What that nigga Iverson say? Practice. We talking about practice. I'm the number one student. I'm the number one player in the game. We talking about practice. Hold on. I'm the dreamer, nigga. I'm God. And we talking about what? What we talking about? The black man is God. What we talking about? What are we talking about, ma'am? Nothing. Nothing. And especially if we not talking about melanin. If we not talking about that darkness. She trying to shut out the darkness. Oh, we definitely can't talk to you, bitch. We definitely ain't got nothing to talk to you about. So we don't need no recusal. We don't need no appeal. The universe is gonna set this all up. It's already set up. It's already predestined. We're just watching how this shit happen. We're just gonna watch how Chief randomly walks out of prison. You feel me? This how it's gonna happen, man. So pay attention, y'all, man. Understand that this is happening because Chief didn't do anything wrong. If somebody did something wrong, the universe gonna make sure that person served their consequences. Chief did nothing wrong. So it's inevitable and righteously and rightfully so that the universe presents a situation for him to be released physically because he's already liberated mentally. He didn't do anything. Like, that's the ultimate faith. Like, when you're in a situation like that and you know you didn't do it, bitch, I got all the faith in the world in God. I got all the faith in the world in the universe that I'm going to make it through this because I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. And on top of that, the judge had COVID. So not only is she racist, not only did she violate his 6th Amendment, his 14th Amendment, not only is those transcripts not released 14 months later after the conviction, she had COVID and violated his right to due process in a fair trial inside the courtroom in front of him, in front of his face, blatantly on the record. Chief asked her, is it on the record that you saying this? Yes, everything is on the record, she said. No, you can't fire your lawyer. No, you can't. You can't listen to what's going on in here if you leave the courtroom. If you leave the courtroom, that's on you. Ain't nobody gonna be here to be your support or be in the defense for you. This is what she
That's
said
not.
to an innocent
Yeah,
man.
that's not true.
You
I
supposed to
remember
give
that.
him right to a fair trial. If he want to overlook certain evidence, all of that, he got the right to do that. But she denied him that. That was denied. She denied us that, my nigga. She denied us
Yeah,
the right to know the truth. But y'all steady going along with the negative narratives like this shit really happened. Niggas online promoting a negative narrative like they was in the room, no, like they was the one fucking chief. Like what? You wasn't in there. The women was in there, and they lying. So that Sixth Amendment was violated. That 14th Amendment was violated. You feel me? Any chance that chief wanna write a rebuttal or appeal or recusal, he don't have the transcripts to write and prepare a proper relief. And then she had COVID-19. We know that, nigga, COVID-19 was killing millions of people around the world. That we had to get quarantined, that you had to be quarantined for 2 weeks. Nigga, if you went to jail during COVID-19, you had to be quarantined for 14 days before you went into population.
Yeah.
You couldn't even be around inmates. You couldn't even go to court. You had to do Zoom calls. You couldn't go to work. You had to do Zoom calls. Nigga, I was a barber. I was in a barber shop. I had to wear a big ass face mask and put clear plastic binders between me and the next barber. You couldn't come outside after a certain time in certain states. That's how serious COVID was. And she decided to lollygag herself into a courtroom and finish a huge court case in a matter of what, a week and a half? And tested positive for COVID. When the CDC guideline mandate stated that if you tested positive for COVID-19, you were supposed to leave for 5 days and be off of your job for 5 days until you tested negative for COVID. Then you were to return. But she know that if she was to leave for 5 days, that case would have got dropped, or another judge would have picked that up and would have had to look over all the evidence and information and would have saw like, oh wow, this man is being railroaded by this lady the wrong way. So understand, man. Understand how karma coming, man. Look how karma be, man. Cause and effect. Whatever energy you put out, you got to get back. And out the mouth comes the heart. Yeah, she may have typed and used her fingers to type that shit on Facebook, but the universe saw it. She used her fucking mind to do that. That was her words and her thoughts. So out the mind, out the mouth comes the heart. And she was showing us her heart in that video. And I want to show y'all the other video of the attorney, right? The attorney that challenged her, right? Because he was sick about the situation. He was offended and appalled about the situation because he know her personally, and he's a Palestinian. You feel me? So for her to say that there is no Gaza that's an innocent civilian, you're talking about all of Palestine. You're talking about all of Arabs, all Muslims. That's a hate crime. That's a hate crime. She'll lock somebody up for that. That's why she took that Facebook post down, because she knew it was wrong. So this is shit that's being revealed in the end times. You see, we in the age of Aquarius, right? Rebellion. Pluto was in Aquarius. Government, control, power, rebellion, change. We the people, change within the government. So that's what we're going through. We're going through the destruction of the government that is in place right now. And then a new one is going to come into place where the people are going to govern ourselves with knowledge itself through the message and the guidance of the Eligio Bishop. Nigga, this shit about to get political. Chief is our king, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Is like, nigga, Chief is the king of his own world, bro. Like, he's the king of our world. We're not from this world. We're in our own jurisdiction. They don't have jurisdiction over Chief. He's sovereign. He's a sovereign ruler of a nation. It's called imagination. Understand, y'all. Understand. Shit crazy. So I'm about to show y'all this video because he was sick about it. He was salty too. Like, damn, I know her. I never thought that she would even say something like that. And for her to be at such a top position and authority in the judicial system, Man, that's harmful. That's harmful for a lot of black and brown people, y'all. That's harmful for, and we are the most oppressed and marginalized people in this system. They don't give a fuck about us. The lower self don't give a fuck about us because they want to stay in control and power. But you got to understand that these people need us. The lower self, the Caucasians, they need us. We are God. Chief is God. We are all figments of his subconscious mind. We are all God. And we are closest to nature than any other human species. They need us to tap into God. They need us to tap into nature. Why are you just trying to destroy what you need to sustain your life? That's what a cancer cell. Cancer. And that's what the attorney pointed out. He challenged her and he pointed out the fact that you're being a cancer inside the body of God. You're being a cancer in the system, and you're not giving people just and fair chances in trials and being who they are in their own beliefs. People got the right to believe what they want to believe and say what they want to say. But when you're in a position of authority like that, you have to handle things with humanity. You have to have a certain level of humanity. Because in that position, bitch, you like a mother to humanity. Like Chief is. Chief is like a father to all of humanity. And he carries that position very, very, very well. Outstandingly well. So the judge is supposed to be like a mother figure to the world, and she discriminating. She's not being just. She's not being impartial. Crazy. See? So I'm about to show y'all this video, man, of the attorney
I,
that
I
challenged
got, I
her.
got, I got, I got a few questions, brother. I got a few questions. I had a phone
Absolutely. What's
call.
going on, brother?
All right. So the first thing, well, I actually got two questions. Please don't take offense to not neither. The first question. The first question, because I heard you, reference, the gentleman, as God. Are you saying he's his own God, or is you saying he's the God
He's the
of
God of God.
mankind?
He's the God of gods, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords.
So you're saying that. So you're saying that the gentleman, AKA known as Nature Boy, is the God of gods. He's your
Absolutely.
God.
He's the God. He's the gods of all gods. He's the dreamer. He's the source of your reality. You're a projection and a figment of his subconscious mind.
Wow, that's that's that's
And
that's
that is the
interesting.
and that is the truth that humanity is waking up to. Even that judge that maliciously prosecuted him, she's waking up to the fact that he is the dreamer of this reality that we call life. And all
So
roads lead to him. For salvation, all roads lead to him. To enter the kingdom of God, all roads lead to him.
wow, brother. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's pretty.
That's deep.
That's
That's
pretty
deep.
interesting.
That's profound. You feel me? So I'm about to show you all the video of dude. I'm about to show you all the video, dude, of the attorney. I got y'all. Yeah, 3 free, y'all. I don't know what y'all thought it was. Where the haters at? I don't hear nothing now. I don't see nothing now. Where the haters at? Where y'all at?
Yeah, my
Where
bad,
y'all
man.
at?
I keep getting a phone call. So my thing of it is I
Y'all
just
know
don't
what
see.
time it is. Y'all know
See,
what time
see,
it is. The truth being revealed, man. You can't stop the truth. You can't incarcerate the truth. You can't do none of that with the truth, nigga. The truth remains. The truth is always gonna stand. And
can
that's
I
just what
check?
it is.
Can I chime
Yo,
back in?
Hey man, how you
Yeah,
doing?
hold
because
on.
my
Mute yourself right now, King. I'm about to video real quick. It's only like 8 minutes.
All right, guys. Now, this is something that I would like to point out to you. This is really
Listen to the
concerning.
video,
What
y'all.
we have
I'm gonna
here
mute
is
myself.
a sitting
Listen
Superior
to it.
Court judge in DeKalb County. And I'd like to show you one of the comments she posted on social media with regard to her belief on the innocent civilians of Gaza. And if you see, you'll understand that language, and that's language that's been used during the genocide, and the genocidal regime has used that same exact language where they say that there are no innocent civilians in Gaza, which is really concerning because that's grossly racist. By Gaza, it doesn't just mean, Gazans, it means all Palestinians. This is the language that has been used by the occupation for many years and still the language that they're using today. So, in order to frame a
Turn it up.
topic that's been so gruesome for 75
It is up.
years in a
It says all the way up.
these are serious questions. I told this is
It
really
says all the way up.
concerning here. What we
Can
have
you hear it?
here
Let me know.
is
Put
a
a 3 in the building
sitting
if you can hear
Superior
it.
Court judge in DeKalb County. And I'd like to show you one of the comments she posted on social media with regard to her belief on the innocent civilians of Gaza. And if you see, you'll understand that language, and that's language that's been used during the genocide, and the genocidal regime has used that same exact language where they say that there are no innocent civilians in Gaza, which is really concerning because that's grossly racist. By Gaza, it doesn't just mean Gazans, it means all Palestinians. This is the language that has been used by the occupation for many years and still the language that they're using today. So in order to frame a topic that's been so gruesome for 75 years in a manner that is the light most favorable, you will go ahead and you'll say there are no innocent people in Gaza. And not only will you say that there are no innocent people in Gaza, but if someone challenges you on the issue, like for example, I did, let's take a look down here where I challenge her. And this is a judge that I appeared before, just so you know. And I told her, as a Palestinian Christian attorney, I 100% feel discriminated by this. I never in my life have supported Hamas. I have zero philosophical, ideological beliefs. Hamas is an Islamist organization. I am a Christian Arab, and that should speak for itself. It doesn't need a rocket scientist or a judge to figure that out. So, what I'd like to do is I would like to take you to a couple of issues that the judiciary should be aware about, right? For example,
Look at the
all
case
the
law.
people in Gaza are
This the case law I was telling y'all
guilty.
about.
Why in this
How
country
she
do we
contradicted
have
herself.
guilt by mere association as a defense? What I'm showing you now is a jury charge. This jury charge says mere association by a person with another person involved in the commission of a crime without more will not authorize a jury to convict. This is baseline right here, folks. This is
I don't
baseline.
know. I can't even hear on my
We're
end.
not talking about
But somebody else, y'all say that y'all can hear it.
legal theory
I
that
don't know why
someone
it sound
came up
like
with
that.
a long time ago. We're talking about
Put some
baseline
headphones on. Or
jury
just go watch the video on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
charges law. Secondly, I'd like to go and show you this
It
case
shouldn't be
law. This
buffering
is
because it's
straight
not on
from
my
the
phone. I
state
got a good
of
connection.
Georgia here. The issue here shows this is by not mere
Y'all got to turn the
association, but
sound
by
up on
mere
y'all phone.
presence.
It's up
This
on
is a case
mine.
decided in Georgia in 2008, where the holding of the case was that a mere presence is not enough to charge, much less to go forward with the case. So now we have two things that we discussed. We
What do you put in
discussed
on YouTube?
association and we discussed presence, both of which
Type
in
in
this
DeKalb
country,
County,
under the law,
Judge
the
Stacey
law
Hydrick,
that this
racism
judge
exposed.
purports to hold, that is exactly what she's saying does not apply to the Palestinians. So these human rights and inalienable rights that are bestowed upon people do not belong to the Palestinians. So since I started, the post was taken down by the judge. The screenshots are there. I have them. I can upload them in the comment sections and you can see for yourself. But what I wanted to show you is that the judge immediately said that she had seen me being supportive of Hamas, right? So basically, we know that that means anybody that's supportive of Palestine, now that we know that she has grouped all the parties together, right? So she's taken all the Gazans all the Palestinians, and she's grouped them together. And now this is the point that she's trying to make. When I tell her that, hey, this is wrong and this is racist, instead of saying, no, it's not, the response is, you're a member of Hamas. You support Hamas. She claims to have a video of this, but the video is absolutely been pulled down. Um, well, her video was pulled down. I think what she's saying is there's a video of me claiming that I support Hamas somewhere. Do I support a resistance against occupation? Absolutely. But what I think it should look like and what others think it should look like are completely different. Okay? Hamas is
That
a
nigga said, I am an Orthodox
Islamic
Palestinian
group.
Christian.
I am an Orthodox Christian Palestinian. Do you see or don't you see? So let me see if I can wrap this up for you. This is a judge whom I know. This is someone I've known for years and appeared before for many years. This is someone who is the head of the Judicial Qualifications Committee. So take, for example, if you were to file a complaint, who would this go to? Clearly, it would go to the judge in charge of the Judicial Qualifications Committee. So now what we have is a judge who has grouped all Palestinians together. None of us are innocent. And if you try to defend yourself, then you're a terrorist. That's basically what happened here. It's shameful. It's shocking. I personally am shocked that this person said that. But also, based on the generational divide, I can see this person's mentality. At this point, I advise any Arab or
Listen to this
brown
part.
attorney or Arab or brown defendant before Judge Stacey Hydrick to ask for a recusal.
You
I
feel
think
me,
that
crown
this
me?
in and of itself
It's
is
over
enough
with.
to
He
show
free.
a very significant bias. This is a person that holds a high position of authority. This is a person who also holds a secondary position of oversight.
Crown me. It's
These
over.
are
It's a wrap.
things that you should be
He
looking
definitely
at.
getting out. We know
How
this
is
though.
this person the one in control of the oversight? How is this person able to make comments like this and be able to get away with it? And what would have happened if it was a Palestinian person who had said the opposite? My questions are this: has she condemned the genocide? Does she support the Irgun and the Haganah that killed my family in the 40s? Does she recognize the number of Palestinians that have been killed? Or is she denying a genocide by saying that it's not that many? Or even worse, it doesn't matter. These are serious questions. We saw the law. Clearly, the law is not in the favor of Judge Hydrick in this circumstance.
It's a wrap, y'all.
All right, guys.
It's a wrap. And that's what I wanted to show y'all, man. That's the surprise I have for y'all. That's the great news that I have for y'all, man. You feel me? So just so y'all know, man, y'all be prepared. Y'all be prepared. Y'all go let the trolls know. Go tell them to click that up. Go tell them to post that. So yeah, man, reflect the life from my higher self, man. The Eligio to Christ. You feel me? 3 is free. I love myself, man. Peace to the gods.